Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. This video is all about seed starting. I'm getting ready to start seeds for 2026. Please subscribe and follow me and I'll teach you how to grow just about everything indoors. Now I've started a lot of plants already for videos, a little bit too early here in Maryland, but there is a single mistake that you can make that can just really destroy your whole seed starting process. And that's not sterilizing your seed starting mix. Most seed starting mixes have peat moss in it, and if it has peat moss, there's really a good risk that it has fungus gnat eggs. And they do hatch. It's a common problem, and there's two ways to deal with it. Let me show you the two ways to take care of your seed starting mix and talk about another principle, which is basically don't bring in compost and soil from outdoors and use it inside. You 100% want a sterile starting mix. You don't want any soil life on your seed starts. Once they mature, you get them outside, go back to your organic ways. Microbes are important, soil life is important. Everything in the soil is necessary once you get them outside and growing. Inside, you want a sterile mix. You don't want fungus, you don't want diseases, and you definitely don't want fungus gnats. Today's December 17th, and I've started a lot of plants indoors. Going to be doing a series on growing plants indoors for food. So I've got spinach going, lettuce going, and I have some tiny Tim tomatoes down here going. And I'm going to grow those under basic white shop lights, just real quick FYI. And I'm going to be able to harvest tomatoes, lettuce, and spinach from there. For your seed starts, you want that sterile mix. And the reason being is the fungus gnat eggs, as I said. They're going to hatch if you don't do this. You're going to see insects crawling along the surface. They're going to lay more eggs. You're going to get larvae. Larvae crawl into the soil. They eat the roots of your plant. And it really creates an infestation of insects that are indoors in a cushy life of nice, warmth, moisture, and no other natural enemies because you're inside. It's a really cushy life for them. And they're just going to spread like crazy throughout your plants and kill your plants off. So you want to take a precaution. And the first thing you can do, and check out the linked video, I'll put in a full video on using boiling water to hydrate your seed starting mix. I feel like I don't have to do that again. I've been doing these videos for really 15 years now. So I will link in the video if you want to see me pour boiling water into your seed starting mix. So this is nice and dark, nice and saturated. When you buy your potting mix or your seed starting mix, there's a good chance it's going to have fungus gnat eggs, especially when it has peat moss. Now this is more of a potting mix. It's a little bit woody. I don't really recommend it for seed starting. I'm using it to pot up my bigger plants. I'll be talking more about this in a future video. I'm going to be doing another video on 15 mistakes to avoid when you're starting seeds indoors. This is going to look like a lighter brown. Anytime you buy a potting mix, seed starting mix, combination potting mix, seed starting mix, you have all different kinds of names. It's going to be light. It's drier. Just soak this maybe 2-3 days before you're going to start your seed starts. Prepare your seed starting mix, which means boil a lot of water. Pour it into here so that everything is saturated. It goes from a light brown color to a dark brown color, and it should be, to the point where water drips out of it, if you can see that. You want to really oversaturate it with the boiling water, kill out the eggs. This will take care of 99% of the problem. Sometimes they still survive if you don't really mix the water through well and get the heat everywhere. You're better off soaking this more than you think and just getting the boiling hot water through the mix. And then if you do this in advance, just go ahead and let it, dry for a couple of days. You could even do it a week in advance. Sometimes that's even better. Let, any potential issues start before you put them into your seed starting mix because there's a way to deal with that. Now, perhaps you don't kill them all off, or maybe you're just getting started. You don't use the boiling water. You don't want any soil life in here. And let me explain that before we talk about the mosquito bits. There's no need for your plants to be growing in a medium that has microbes in it, indoors for seed starts. Yeah, if you're growing these outside, you want soil life. That's the key to a successful garden. Inside, you want everything to be sterile, so there's no chance of fungus, diseases, insects, any kind of problem starting. So that's why you definitely don't want to bring in compost and soil from outside. That's going to be loaded with spores and eggs and insects. And when you put them under the lights in a home, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, no natural predators, nothing, these diseases and these insects go crazy and they can really harm your plant. That's why you want a sterile mix. Growing your plants indoors 6 weeks, 8 weeks without soil life is not going to harm them. These plants are growing that way and they're just absolutely beautiful. The sterile mix is key. Once they're outside, you definitely want to have a garden full of microbes and worms and everything in there. Now, once this has been soaked with boiling water, you probably took care of the problem, but there's still a chance that you could end up with fungus gnats. And the best way to deal with this is to use mosquito bits. It's a form of BT. It's actually called BTI. It is formulated for mosquitoes and larvae and, insects related to, I think, the fly family. You want the mosquito bits. You want BTI. BT is a product that you can buy also, and I think it's Bacillus thuringiensis, if I'm pronouncing it right, but that's just BT, and that's formulated for chewing worms, like the green cabbage looper. That is not effective on fungus gnat larvae. You want mosquito bits, or you want a product that has the BTI. It is organic, it's natural, messes up the feeding of the insects, kills them off. How do you use it? Well, it comes in these little bit forms, and they're actually on corn. And if you mix this through the soil, that's going to help a little bit. But the corn itself is going to get moldy, grow fungus on it, and it's okay. It's not going to hurt your plants, but there is potential if the fungus gnats come later after the BTI wears off that they can feed on the corn. It's a little bit unsightly. So I've recommended in the past to mix a couple tablespoons in throughout the soil, and that works and it's effective. But a better way to do it, and this is just a 1 gallon jug, fill it to the top, 1 gallon of water, and then put in 4 tablespoons of the mosquito bits into here. Do it the night before, let it sit overnight. The water is going to really activate the BTI in here. The bacteria gets activated, it's throughout the water, and it's ready to go into your soil and take care of the problem. Now, I just want to clarify too, I'm pretty sure it's some sort of bacteria. Anyway, it's some sort of microbe. By putting it into the water, it gets activated overnight. It is in a whole gallon of water, and then just bottom water your plants. That will take care of any current issue you have with fungus gnats. But the key to this is to do it once a week for 3 weeks. There's a life cycle to fungus gnats and insects. And the fungus gnats, you want to cover this over a 3-week period. It's not going to work on eggs. It's not going to work on the adults. It's going to work on the larvae that are crawling through your soil, eating the roots, getting the moisture. The moisture has the bacteria on it, kills out the larvae, and you begin to end the life cycle of the fungus gnats. And you want to do that for 3 weeks because you want to make sure you kill off any eggs that are in there, disrupt the adults that are around, let the adults die off, let their eggs that they may leave behind hatch, kill the larvae, and then you kill out the life cycle. So boiling water will take care of 99% of the problem to start. And then if you get fungus gnats, use the mosquito bits, 4 tablespoons into a gallon of water, let it soak overnight. You can do it as a prevention too, like after you have your plants growing, maybe in a week or 2, you want to give them, a treatment of the mosquito bits, just in case something survived in there related to the fungus gnats. You can take care of infestations again by doing that 3-week cycle. And you could do it every week. It's not going to hurt your plants. If you just want to water them in once a week with your mosquito bit solution, you're really going to solve a lot of potential future problems. Not sterilizing your soil really is the #1 mistake. No matter what you do otherwise, you can do it perfectly. If you let these fungus gnats, diseases, and problems take hold, they are going to damage your plants. They may still grow and you may still get transplants, but if you have fungus gnats, it just messes up things. So by taking care of the soil early on, creating that sterile mix, treating it with the mosquito bits, you're going to save yourself a huge headache, especially when your plants are looking beautiful, they're nice and big, they're ready to get outside, and then you get an infestation of fungus gnats, it can really cause a problem. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell seed starting materials there. Tomato and pepper seeds are $1.75. All other seeds are only $1.50. And please subscribe. I'll teach you how to grow everything you see here indoors this year in 2026. And just about any garden plant you can think of, I'm going to be starting indoors in some way. Thanks so much for watching.